This episode of Breakfast with the Lazy Gaming Guys Short has been brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download by going to www.audibletrials.com/dir.media or clicking on a link below.
Also, I'm going to throw this in here because Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So they talked a little bit more about the Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this as I don't believe it, and I see it as them trying to justify a certain thing.
Okay.
According to Square Enix, each Final Fantasy 7 episode
Mm-hmm.
will be the length of Final Fantasy 13.
No.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either. And honestly,
you're telling me that they're... Basically, I think they're trying to justify charging you $50 or $60.
Exactly. That's what exactly it sounds like, and that is something I highly disagree with.
Final Fantasy 7 was a long game, but it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
You're talking, you would have to make each episode 60 hours.
No, that's not going to happen. That is
like there's
that's not
no
going to
way
happen.
you are going to put out an episode that's 60 hours for Final Fantasy.
This is what I was afraid of.
Even changing the plot, you're not going to get 60 hours out of each episode.
This is what I was afraid of. Like, people were jumping to defend it and stuff, but honestly, we know Square Enix. We've been Square Enix fans for quite some time. You much longer than I have, because I had just gotten into it when I was 18 when I started playing Kingdom Hearts. But we know Square Enix. We've been through the Final Fantasy 13 days, and we know how greedy for money they can be. So when we first heard that they were trying to cut Final Fantasy 7 into episodes, that was disconcerting because it's Square Enix, and they're going to try to milk this for as much as they can. And we knew that the possibility of them charging full price for each episode was there.
Right, and that's the whole thing is, episodes don't matter as much when done correctly. And actually, Square Enix is even doing an episodic one correctly, and I don't understand why they're not for Final Fantasy, other than they know they can get more money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Hitman game, the new Hitman, is coming out episodically.
Mm-hmm.
Each episode is one big level and stuff. But you can also just wait until, I think it's like October, and just buy the game complete on one disc.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for $60 you can get the full game, or you can basically get it episodically, and it'll total out the $60. But there's no way that's going to happen now if they're telling you that each episode's the length of Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, because that means they're going to charge you $60 for each episode, just like they charged you $60 for Final Fantasy 13.
Right, because it's like, well, you're getting a 60-hour game. Like, so why, what they're going to say is, well, you're getting a full game.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it had as much content as 13, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Even if it is, a full-length game, 60 hours, it's still a matter of it's not a complete game because the story is not all there. Mm-hmm. Basically, you're still not getting a complete game because there's no middle, there's no end to the story. We don't even know if that'll be the entire beginning of the story. So you're talking you did not get a complete game because a complete game requires a complete story.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of, I'm not paying $60 for a portion of a game. I want $60 for a full game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. And the other thing is, too, Square Enix has already shot themselves in the foot by saying, oh, well, we can't fit the entire game on one Blu-ray anyway.
Yeah. So, even if they get called on their bullshit to the point to where they can't go through with this, they're going to have to admit that they lied at some point.
Right, because it's a matter... Plus, I still don't believe that you can't fit the... no one has filled up a Blu-ray yet. No one. So it's why can't, prove us wrong and give us a disc, give us a 2-disc Blu-ray.
I mean, it's not like this, it's not like this is a 4K game or anything,
No, it's literally just, it's gonna be 1080 and stuff, but it's gonna look nice and everything, but it's still a matter of, yeah, you can just go ahead and be like, hey, you know, even if you can't fit it all on Blu-ray, be like, hey, here's a two-disc Blu-ray. You've done multi-disc games in the past.
mean, like, honestly, imagine the minds that would be blown if they open up a case and you see 2 discs in there, part 1 and part 2.
As long as we prove that they're actually full and not just like half full each.
That's true. Not just half full, true. But honestly, my mind would be blown. My mind would be blown if
a lot of people would be like, holy shit.
Like, this is going to take me some time.
Right, compared to, oh, well, that means we're just not going to do it, period. We're going to release this episodically. Uh-huh. Okay, then, why? Like, you know, because at least every other episodic game that has pretty much ever come out offers a full retail version with all of it in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the Telltale games, the Assassin's Creed Chronicles, the new Hitman even from Square Enix. It's like, yeah, they tell it episodically, and then, oh, for all of you that just wanted to wait, here's the full game, like for $60, or in Telltale's case, $40.
Yeah.
Or in Assassin's Creed Chronicles case, $30.
Yeah.
Whatever the price of all the episodes together was.
True.
So it's like, yeah, it's a matter of, I don't see Square Enix doing it with Final Fantasy VII because they know they can make money.
You see, I know Square Enix is having, like, financial problems right now. And honestly, I feel like this is a cash grab. Because not too long ago, they said they would never remake Final Fantasy VII until they topped Final Fantasy VII. Or they kept giving excuses of why they didn't want to remake it. And now suddenly, they decided to change their mind. And now, not only did they change their mind,
they decided to make it episodically.
Exactly. And
suddenly they decided to say that each episode will be the length of Final Fantasy 13.
Exactly. And it's like, how are we going to make money? Okay, let's prey on their fandom and then charge them ridiculous prices for it. And how we're gonna get away with this? Well, let's cut it up into parts and do it episodically. They'll buy it. I mean, heck, one guy literally cried when they showed it at the PlayStation. Like, he cried when he saw the trailer.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, a lot of people really have strong feelings about Final Fantasy VII. I think it's just an okay game, but you know, yes, I was excited for the remake. Now I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I'm scared for the remake now. I'm very concerned. I'm very, very apprehensive.
Yeah, it's like it might prove me wrong. It might be really well done. They might eventually go ahead and be like, all right, fine, we'll release it on 2 Blu-ray discs. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever. But at the same time, it's a matter of, you know, and you know the other thing too. They're claiming each one's the length of Final Fantasy 13. Do you realize how long it's going to take for all those episodes to come out if that's the case?
Yeah.
You're talking, like, the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy took, like, a good 7 years for all 3 of them to come out. Mm-hmm. So if this game is longer than 3 episodes, you're going to be waiting, like, 10 years for all the games to come out. Because, well, each one's a full game, so basically, or the length of a full game. So essentially, yeah, that takes a long time to go through.
See, like I said, Square Enix is hurting financially. They need their money, and they need it now, and they decided to prey on people's fandom to get it. That's least, like, that may not be the case, but that's what I feel like probably is the case with this one.
It's what it seems like with the fact that it's weird that they decided to suddenly make it episodic.
Yeah.
Like, because at first when it was announced, they didn't mention anything about it being episodic. It was just, hey, here's a new remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's almost as if corporate, like, after announcing it, if corporate said, okay, so when can we get it out there?
Well, no, it was probably after seeing people's reactions. You know, seeing people tear up, and we're all like, yes, you know. Yeah, it's like, we can make money off of this. Like, let's rush it out. You know, we can't. Oh, if we release it episodically, we can.
That's how I kind of feel like it happened. It's like, they decided to do this, and then they saw, like, they realized that they could make so much money off of this, and like corporate was like came to developers. So all right, so when can you get this game out? And they're like, maybe like 3-4 years from now, maybe 5 years from now. I don't know, it'll probably take a long time. And they were like, that's not gonna work. Release it episodically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't think that it's going to be good, but I could be wrong. And again, I will be happy if I'm wrong. Like,
Same.
That's the issue. Like, if you all think I'm just hating on the game or that we're hating on the game, it's like, no, we want to be proven wrong in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love it if I'm proven wrong. At the same time, I would like a physical copy because I don't want 6 giant episodes taking, or however many giant episodes it is, taking up space on my PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Because if each one's the length of Final Fantasy 13 and supposedly they can't even fit on a Blu-ray disc all 3 together, holy crap, how are they all going to fit on your PS4 at the same time?
Seriously.
Like, I don't even know if that's possible at that point. Like,
you actually probably need like cloud like processing or something for that.
So it's just a matter of, okay, I would like a physical copy, guys. Like, because I don't want to have to keep re-downloading it every time I want to play Final Fantasy 7.
Oh yeah, that would be difficult. But anyways, we talked about Final Fantasy 7 for a really long time, so
that's because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
There's some very strong opinions on that game all around.
Yeah, so let's move on to the next thing. What's the next?